Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to another episode of the TCSF podcast with Big Z, featuring No Sweat Search, JC Dynasty Fantasy Football, and Stevie-B from the No Water on the Weekend podcast. What is up, fellas?
Yo.
It's another week, another penny.
Oh boy. Episode 197 is brought to you by 606 Media, true Chicago sports fans, and Grit Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to gritclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirts. Search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15. Go and get your official shirts now. Look at that. Got to the promo without stumbling today. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or X, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening, smash it. Thank you. If you're on your favorite podcast app, remember to give us a 5-star review, drop some comments, some love. We really appreciate that. It'll shoot us up on the charts. And you can remember you can support the show with a monthly subscription at anchor.fm/True Chicago Sports Fans. Go over there and click on support, and you can subscribe for as little as 99 cents a month. We put that link in all of our shows. You can click on there and support us. All right. In this action-packed live episode, oh man, the boys are back in town, and we're going to be discussing Cubs versus Sox, the Crosstown rivalry, as the Cubs limp into this series, and the Sox are literally, no one's told them that they're dead, but they keep dragging their butt, leaving stains on the carpet. The Chicago Sky are accused of playing dirty. The Chicago Bears are going to be playing It's a Hard Knock Life. And then we'll finish off with what you watching and what we did this weekend. So, boys, let's start off with a 3 up and a 3 down in our baseball segment.
I think I'll perplex him with my slow ball.
1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out.
All right. Stevie-B, I think you attended Wrigley Field.
Yeah, I did on Sunday. Sweet life of Stevie-B. No, it was great. I got there really early because my mom got the hookup per usual. Yeah. She, got invited through her vendors and stuff like that. So me and my dad also tagged along. Wow. A beautiful day, but not a beautiful game at all. Ben Brown immediately had a great first inning, second inning, throws 4 runs in. And out of all the conversations we said, starting pitching has been key and the hitting hasn't come, and the middle relievers and the closers somehow ruined the game. That's potentially what happened with Ben Brown. I mean, he had a bad start. He gave up some runs. We had guys on base. We couldn't score them, not until the bottom of the 8th. Yeah, bottom of the 8th. And I don't know what to do with this team. And we have the White Sox coming in, and I'm not saying I lose faith, because I've been listening to everyone who's a Cubs fan. They're saying, oh, it's time to panic. I believe when we went to London, we came back, we didn't do so well. And then all of a sudden we caught fire. We're a 93% chance to go into the playoffs. And, we had an A and then we had an F. I hope that happens, but we're reliving the past of last season, digging ourselves in a hole and then having to claw our way back out, just pretty much having to fight in battle. And I don't know, I have more to say, but I want these guys to jump in too. I'm
excited to see David. I'm excited to see David Bodie come back. He was in AAA. He was in the minors. I'm hoping he comes back and gives him a little bit of a boost. Hey,
he got a single. He did get that. That's pretty much it.
But let me tell you something. When you get put in the minors and then get embarrassed like that a little bit, right? It's embarrassing to go get called to the minors when you were playing the big leagues. Now you getting called right back up. Maybe that'll put a little pep in his step, and maybe he'll make some changes. I don't know. I hope he provides some sort of lift, because this seems kind of lost, I think, 4 or 5 series in a row.
6 series. I just counted, gentlemen. 6 series in a row that they've lost. They went what? They have the same exact opposite record from April into May, and that's what brought them to 500. And they are struggling. And I told you, the pitchers are going to get tired. Your starting pitchers going to get tired because your relief pitchers can't hold the lead, and the bats went cold, and it's going to start to flip. And sure enough, the Cubs put up 7 runs on the Reds on Saturday. They put only 2 on Sunday, but they put 4 on Friday. I mean, if you're getting 4 and above runs, you should be winning the game. Again, you guys are hurt. You guys have.
I don't want to hear that anymore. I don't want to hear the hurt injury thing because
you're not calling up the players. You're not calling up the good players up.
Right. And again, we haven't even won back-to-back games, and I don't know how long. It's like we lose the first game, win the second game, and then lose the third game. It's just like we shouldn't even won Saturday if Swanson didn't hit that home run, honestly. Right. Mm-hmm. And then, Suzuki got that grand slam in the bottom of the second, which bailed us out. And it was a 3-hour, game delay. It's just, we find ways to lose. And it sounds like I'm talking about the White Sox here. Like, I don't get what else to do here. I mean, if you want to call players up, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know what we could do. Trades are too early, right? I mean, on Wednesday, I'm going into this game thinking we have a 50-50 chance. It's not like last year or Morel hit that dinger in the 9th and won. I mean, I would love that, but I don't want it to go to that close because we could lose.
It's never too early for trades.
But yeah, I'm still a believer. I'm not giving up. I think we could get ourselves out of the hole, but I don't know where the spirit's going to come back. And when they're all clicking, they're all hitting. It just seems that way. I don't know.
From the dead. That's where they're going to come back from, the spirits. This guy.
All I know is the food in the suite was delicious, and I loved it. And there was
I'm a little jealous, man. Was there a bubble on the food?
I had amazing time. The sweet life. The dessert cart came in. Fabulous.
Living the dream of a fat kid. I hate you.
I mean, I didn't really eat that much. And I lied. I did, but I didn't really drink that much. I was watching the game.
You gotta shovel that in there.
I mean, I had 3 hot dogs. No ketchup, by the way, but to each their own. It's okay.
Roma Dunze sides with me. Ketchup it is.
Oh God.
I'll shut up if he gets a touchdown in every game or 2.
Yeah.
For the first 4 games, if he gets 2 a game,
he's not from Chicago. He doesn't understand how you adopt correctly. It's okay. The Cubs are 29-31, 7.5 back from the Brew Crew. The Cubs are now in 3rd place. They're half game behind the Cardinals, who actually have been doing very well. They've been one of the hottest teams in the NL. And then the Cubs are 2-8 in their last 10. So it is time to pull the emergency ripcord. It is time to pull the fire alarm. It is time to break glass because this stuff is broken. It's time to fix something, and the moves have to be made immediately. You have to go out there and get ahead of the game because the Orioles lost a pitcher, New York lost a pitcher, the Padres lost a pitcher, Texas lost a pitcher. All those guys lost one of their major cogs in their pitching staff. Now, not to mention any other injuries that they may have, but they have major injuries in their starting staff. So they are going to be the spenders out there. And if the Cubs do not start making moves, they're going to be left behind. You need another starter to replace Hendricks. Simple as that. Your guys are still not there dominating. So you need another pitcher.
And I will say this, with the series with the Brewers, Craig Hansel was he, I'm speculating. I'm not saying I agree, but it looks like, was he the one behind the magic behind the Brewers, or was it other players?
Yeah. So that manager managed to, I believe, a College World Series with Notre Dame, in which he played for him. Kirk Hansel played for him at Notre Dame, and then he brought him as his bench coach and ended up getting promoted. And he's an old school, hard nosed type of manager. And you see the results of that is that he's managing them way better than Craig Counsell did. So while it was a lot of talent up there that succeeded and they did well, he was always criticized the way he used his bullpen and his pitching staff. and that he might have burned them out. Sounds familiar.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like right now, is Craig Counsell the guy that we originally thought he was, or there's all speculations when it comes to this because now we're not winning, and the whole month of May we had the same record of wins and losses as the White Sox. Like I don't, no, it is upsetting because we have a better roster than on paper we do. On paper, we have a better roster.
Than who?
Then I would say the Cardinals for sure.
You know what? It doesn't matter who the Cardinals put on the field; they've always produced. They've always
tell that
produced.
to Wilson Contreras. But anyway, I'm just saying this is what it looks like to me. So I don't know.
Currently, your 5-man starting rotation is Shota Imanaga. You have James Taillon. You have Javier Assad, Justin Steele, and Hayden Wiesenski.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about Jordan Wick coming back up, but I know he's still on the injured reserve list.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I got no words for this.
Time to start making some moves. It really is, and you got to shake it up. Get another starting pitcher that's going to be a dominant starting pitcher. You want to
go out there and get that seasoning. They better go out there and get that seasoning. They better go find that sazon con achote because I'm telling you, these guys are just they look nasty. They're not doing nothing. They look salty. I don't like watching the games. I put it on in the background as background noise, and it just looks bad. It looks awful. Every time I turn up, I'm like, these motherfuckers are losing again.
I've mentioned it over and over on this show. Prospects are suspect until they start proving yourself. And even then, it takes 2 to 3 years. All right. So right now, if you're trying to win now, it is time to trade some of those prospects for a winning player. Now, I'm not saying get a rental. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is go and get yourself an established veteran that has maybe 2 to 3 years left on his contract. You're going to pay a premium. But if he's a proven winner and shows it in the numbers, that'll help you out. If you're going to get a rental, it's not going to cost you much, right? You need a closer, right? Go get Kopech. That's a rental, right? 6 months, you'll give up a low A ball, AA player. Boom. It doesn't cost the Cubs anything. If you want a starting pitcher, you want to pay a premium, you could White Sox. How much for Crochet? He's been dominant. He's had one bad outing, just like Imaga. One bad outing.
Man, I notice every week how you throw that out there. And I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all keep trying to rob us.
No, I agree with. I don't think it's robbing.
I agree with you, but I noticed that the White Sox always wind up getting one of our good players, and then we're like, oh man, we kick ourselves.
The trade was for Eloy, and Eloy was like, and he's been hot garbage. The throw-in, which was Dylan Cease, is the one that's been dominating, and he's been doing well in San Diego.
He's gone.
So I mean, again, they're suspect until they prove themselves. And that's why you don't know what you have. Same thing when we traded Tatis. Yeah, he had a big name, right? But we needed a big James Shields to push us over the edge. He was a low A ball player at that point. He was 4 or 5 years away from coming up. I mean, obviously, in hindsight, it's a bad move. But they pushed the envelope to try to win. And obviously, that formula of getting old veterans or doing it half-assed like the White Sox have been doing for years doesn't pan out. So, all right. It is the Crosstown series. I believe the White Sox have a 74-68 record against the Cubs all time. So we have the lead right now, and that can change by the end of the year, right? No, it can't. We'll still have the lead. You can win all 4 games. So we're looking at, it's going to be a tough game because both teams are struggling, and the White Sox just came out of playing the Brewers, and we had Tommy Pham get into it with Willie Contreras, and calling him out. He's like, dude, if you want to fight, I ain't the one because I train in the off season. You got Crochet, who's not going to be pitching against you, so you're lucky. You'll have Eric Fetty and the other kid, but looks like Lubob should be back for the White Sox series.
Yeah, but who's pitching? Who's pitching tomorrow for both teams?
For both teams, I can get that.
I got Chris Flexen and Shota.
Yeah, and Shota. So yeah, and I'll be going to that game. So Shota should feast on the White Sox hitters because
show out.
Yeah, he's gonna show out. So he will be. White Sox will be swinging and missing. Right now, technically, like what I think what's wrong with the White Sox is you have a losing culture. You have no leadership. You have a bunch of veterans that are frustrated with what's going on the bench. No one's practicing. No one's warming up the way they're supposed to. Like the culture is completely messed up, and that's it. That's what they said they were going to fix when they got Getz and they put Grafal in there and all this stuff, and none of the stuff they've been saying has actually happened. So right now, trade everybody. Trade everybody in my roster.
The second game is going to be Eric Fetty versus Jameson Italian, and Italian's okay. He's not that good.
Yeah,
Okay.
See, the thing is that Eric Fetty is the one that won the Cy Young Award over in Korea, right? He's been pitching very, very well. He pitches well at home, but his splits on the road are very bad. He's had 3 bad outings. Toronto was a bad outing. I can't remember the other team, but like he's had some bad outings on the road. Chicago is Wrigley on the road, really? I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But like if you look on paper, what the matchup is, the White Sox should take the second game based on pitching.
I hope not, because that's when I'm going.
I really think it's going to be the opposite. I really think that because of the strikeouts, the pitch count for Imaga is going to go up, and so he'll be out maybe in the 6th. What's up? Oh, he'll be out in the 6th inning. Then the bullpen will blow it for the Cubs on Tuesday, and I think on Wednesday the Cubs should dominate that game because I think Eric Fetty's going to have a bad outing.
Yeah, I'm a believer here. Shrek, I'm a believer. I'm not going to leave her if I try. I'm going to say we're going to take both games because I want to take both games. I think we should take both games.
You should.
If we're going into the 6th inning, I mean, anything could happen in the rest of those 3 innings, and I'm not saying that can't happen. But I like to think
it's a crapshoot always after the 6th inning.
No, it definitely is. It's like throwing rock, paper, scissors. Like, what outing are you going to get? I like to think we could take it. Like, this should be a series where we go in with the Reds. We should have won. Yeah. They're not great on paper. Then we're playing, the White Sox. Then I guess, this upcoming weekend we're playing the Mets, but then they're having issues too. This should be an easy week for us, but it's becoming very painful.
There's no run support either. So let's not always leave it all on the pitchers, because I know the pitchers, okay, fine.
No, true.
Where the hell's the run support?
No, that's very true. But also, if you're starting pitchers going out and throwing 4 runs, and then you got to go and play catch up, it's not easy to do all that. And I'm not saying it should be easy, but you're digging yourself in a hole, and then you're putting pressure on the players that they got to go and get it bad. It's easier when
we got hitters on this squad and they ain't hitting. That's the problem. You just paid Bellinger all this damn money, he ain't doing nothing.
I mean, with the contract, I don't think it was bad. It was better. It was a good deal for both sides. I'm just saying, I think we should be fine. I think we're just in that slump, but I don't know. I don't want this slump to go any longer, because then I'm going to get more depressed. And if you listen to No One on the Weekend, I'm already there. So, well, not this episode, but the following with Jose. So, I was just like, I don't know.
We got Bush,
JC, come on. Tell me what's on your mind
Wisdom.
here.
Like, we've got Happ, Suzuki. Like, we got Bellinger. We got all these supposed hitters and hitting. They ain't hitting nothing. They can't even hit the bottom of the fucking ocean with a rock. I'm telling you, they are playing like caca. No, they're not hitting nothing. Bye. We got all these heavy hitters, nothing, producing nothing.
I'm noticing, and I wanted to say earlier, but we were both in a heated discussion here with the 606 Media little poster back there. Looks pretty sweet there.
Who got a 606 poster?
He's got a little Black Hawk up.
It's like a Where's Waldo? I didn't even notice that.
What's the other emblem over there? What's the other logo on the
side? Cubs, the Bears, and the Bulls.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see it now. Yeah. There you go. That's nice. That's really nice. Yeah, come on.
Is that the sky at the bottom too? Chicago sky?
Yeah. Not enough room.
There's 14 down there. I see 14.
They gotta stop beating up Caitlin Clark first.
We'll get into it in a little bit, but before we get into that, I wanted to get to your impression of breaking news. Right, this broke. was it? It says June 3rd. That's today. I can't believe it's June already. A new network is launching to carry the games for the Chicago Blackhawks, Bulls, and White Sox. So they're all teaming together, put this together. The Chicago Sports Network, CHSN, was announced today. It will launch in October across multiple platforms. The network said it will air more than 300 live Blackhawks, Bulls, and Sox games annually and include pre- and post-game coverage while showing multi-sport programming 24 hours a day. The joint venture among the three teams and Standard Media will broadcast from the studios located in both the United Center and Guaranteed Rate Field. CHSN will start airing Blackhawks and Bulls preseason games in October and White Sox games next April because we're not going to be in October. Yeah. Yeah. I'm being honest, people. I am being 100%
We are
honest.
going ghost.
Yeah, completely honest.
All I want to know is how much is the subscription package? That's what I want to know.
It's going to be part of, if you have like your Hulu, your basic package with your provider, it'll be in there. They're also going to air some of these games on over-the-air television. So WGN will be getting some of these games. So your Bulls games will be back on GN, which is beautiful because I loved it on GN. You know, your Cubs and Sox. I mean, not Cubs. Sorry, they have their own crappy network. The Sox and the Blackhawks will also. Yeah, that's one of the worst networks of all time. Yeah. So you're gonna have some over-the-air stuff, which I think is really cool, and I really think that that's how you grow the sport is by making it available for free for the youth to get interested. That's how I got interested in Cubs and Sox and with the Bulls because I saw it on NBC and for Christmas and for New Year's and off of the playoffs. But I also got to see over the air with Channel 9 or Channel 32 with Fox, right? You got to see it because it was free. If I didn't grow up with cable, so I didn't have that opportunity. This is how you grow your sport that's dying. We went over multiple episodes a long time ago, talked about how the attendance of MLB is going down and people are not watching as much either. So
steroids, we need the steroids back.
Bring the steroids back, bring the quarterbacks. Hey, I forgot what team it was, one of the minor leagues or one of those independent leagues that did glow in the dark baseball. And
I wouldn't have gone. Nope. I don't like glow in the dark bowling. Thank
you. I hate those midnight bowlings.
Yeah.
I
can't do it.
I can't.
You lost me.
I can't do that. I hate those bowling sessions where they everything is like glow in the dark or
Plus, I don't want to see what goes on those seats. I don't. I really don't.
Backlight special.
Well, that's what plays at the bowling alley over here.
That's how they were playing under the black lights.
Oh man, imagine walking past someone and they haven't washed their pants and it's just like all over. Oh God.
Sounds like a personal story there.
No, I'm actually washing clothes right now.
It's on her skirt. They both walking together and they got stains on their pants.
Oh my God.
Milk was a bad choice today.
Welcome.
All right. Before we you guys are nuts. Before we go on commercial, we got a couple comments on here. We got Beto back in the house. What's up, Beto? CHSN will keep re-airing the 2005 series for the White Sox.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna have it on loop. He's gonna have it on loop. Don't stop believing.
Stop believing. Hold on to the feeling.
That's right, Beto.
Just
don't
as long as they run it back with the Cubs, then 2016 we good.
I don't even think we had a song.
We didn't have no song.
I think it was just Go Cubs Go because that's all we needed. We didn't need Joe Bon Jovi over here.
No lyrics.
Joe Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. Sorry, I got so excited.
I see that. All right. So before we go off to break and pay some bills, No Sweat Surge, what are your picks for this 2-game series?
Cubs. I'm sorry, we currently have the better pitchers, and if these flipping bats would wake the hell up, like how the hell do you have Bodie, Bosch, Horner, Morel, Swanson, Wisdom,
their only names
Ellinger,
here,
Happ, Suzuki, nobody's hitting that goddamn ball. We're gonna make it happen the next 2 games. I'm predicting Cubs will sweep these 2 games in this series.
Uh, go with JC next. JC, what's your prediction?
If we can sweep these two games, it's freaking pathetic. Like I'm sorry. Like again,
Now he's talking, and I'm
That's
like trying
my
to get a
boy
word
right
out
there.
of him.
He's coming up with the
to
juice.
the point where, like I said, I mean, you're sitting here just watching. I get updates on my phone because like I don't get to watch most of the games because I'm at work, but it's just like I've been watching constantly, like losing to the Reds 5-3, or whatever it is, and you're just like, and like the losses just keep coming in, and you're just sitting there going, what is happening? Like,
There's no run support. No run support. And how many
as
people do they
someone
leave
that,
on
grew up
base?
playing baseball, listen, like we said, your bat's gonna go cold at times, and you got to figure it out. You got to go back to the fundamentals. Like Pete Rose said, sometimes you got to step up in the box, step back in the box, move closer to the plate, move further away from the plate. Whatever you got to do to get your swing back, and not slump. You got to do what you got to do. And right now, the Cubs need to look at themselves and figure out what the heck is going on.
But how are they all cold at the same time?
That's baseball, man.
I mean,
it's horrible.
It's a vibe. I mean, in the clubhouse, they could be all positive when they're hitting and scoring runs, and then they could be a little irritated at themselves because they're not, getting the runs in. And it is like a frustrating thing. And I agree, there's no runs, but I have a feeling that we're gonna get our runs back. It's gonna jumpstart it from these 2 games with the White Sox, because it's like, they got nothing to lose and we have all to gain. So let's just make our fans happy and give them a pounding.
The game nowadays, I mean, it is so statistics driven. I mean, they know, all right, this hitter cannot hit low and away. They can't hit up and in. They can't hit a slider for shit. They can't hit this. They can't hit that. And like I said, it's all statistics based now. And, the information packages on hitters and stuff for pitching nowadays, I mean, it's insane what they can tally up and figure out. So again, hitters need to adjust. They need to work on their weaknesses, and unfortunately, right now, pitchers are winning, and the Cubs are losing. So and unfortunately, our relief staff is not winning. We're as good as our starting pitchers right now, and unfortunately, all of our relievers and our closers. Listen, a team just has to look at the Cubs and say, "Hey, we're going to suck for the first 5 innings, but once we can get this starting pitcher out of the game, we're going to shellac the backups. We're just going to tee off on them." And unfortunately, that's what's happening with the Cubs. Is you got starters killing it, and then basically you're giving up the game by putting in relievers that can't close out a game. So again, it is what it is. We've already talked about it. We've already said, what the Cubs need to do. Stop playing games. Go get yourself a good reliever. Go get yourself a closer. I was, while you guys were all talking, I was kind of looking up Cade Horton to see what was going on with him. Looks like he's got an injury now with a lat injury. So there you go. You the guy that you're supposed to bring up in 2024 as a pitcher, well, now he's on the shelf. So that's a guy you're not bringing up to replace Hendricks. So Trevor Bauer?
I mean,
bring him up every episode. I mean, we might as well bring him up now. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna have to tag him because I'm like, hey, bro, we bring you up every single episode. We got love for Trevor Bauer.
If we could get him as a special guest on from Mexico, on that would be awesome. Like I said, I mean, we talk about him every episode. It's just like, I mean, literally, I mean, his social media, I mean, he's just posting stuff left and right. And I guess he had one bad outing recently, I believe. But I mean, you love watching he's got like mic'd up and like he's sitting there talking about, all right, we're going slider low. And that's almost what you're seeing now with the Cubs, right? Like we were just talking about, like, the statistic packages that they're receiving, their scouting reports. And he's talking about all of that while he's like on the mound on his YouTube videos. he's talking about like, oh, this guy can't hit low and away. We're going to go with a slider here. And like, he's talking into like, he must be mic'd up on the mound for his YouTube channel. And I mean, he's talking you through like where his head's at and what he's doing, and why he's attacking, hitters the way he's attacking them. And like I said, I mean, unfortunately, he's giving you an insight of what's happening to the Cubs right now. The stats package is out. There's been a month of, pitching now, and everything's coming out. Hey, here's what we need to do to take the Cubs to the woodshed. And unfortunately, the Cubs are not adjusting.
So you're saying the Cubs are splitting, or what?
The long way around. I'm sorry. I think your White Sox are just so trash that I hope to God we can take both. We have doubled their wins so far. I think White Sox are at 15. We're close to 30. So like I said, I hope to God we can take both. And then, I think it's 3 series away for St. Louis. So, like I said, we'll see what we can do. Hopefully the bats can come alive against a lesser team.
I think it'll jumpstart it. Honestly.
Exactly. I'm hoping that'll jumpstart the team to get back to winning.
Well,
Sir, the White Sox are a dead battery. We can't jumpstart your offense. You got a unit battery to jump your battery. Serge said Cubs take both. So did JC. So did Stevie-B. So did Beto. No,
he's taking split. No, he's doing split.
I want the split. I want the split because I'm going tomorrow.
He's thinking bowling. He's thinking of bowling. The split.
I'm off.
And it's not going to happen.
I'm off from bowling. I'm not bowling for a while.
Yeah, me either. Thank God.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15. TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
Hey guys, it's Steven.
And this is Sean, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Don't forget to listen to Nowhere on the Weekend. New episodes on Monday. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so we're going to go do a couple of shots. So let's kick it back over to Big Z.
Thanks, Sean. Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z. We got No Sweat Surge, JC, Dynasty Fantasy Football, and Stevie-B. We got the baseball segment out the way, and it's going to be a hot topic for the next couple of days. But the biggest hot topic in Chicago at the moment, it is the Chicago Sky. And the Chicago Sky played one of the biggest games this weekend against the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark. It was a well-fought game. I mean, I think it was up and down. I think right now those rookies and these teams are playing very sloppy. It was a very sloppy game where easy layups were missed, lots of free throws were missed, needless fouls, but it was still an entertaining game. The play we're talking about is with Kennedy from the Chicago Sky, right? We're talking about Kaden Carter. Yeah, thank you for fouling, literally shoulder tackling, giving her, a nice shot.
Check the hell out of her.
Yeah, I mean, we could use her on the Bears over at safety. There
was no reason for it. There was none. Absolutely
and the thing is, she's on her third team because she has issues and stuff like that. She's the Draymond Green of the WNBA, where she's getting into
I didn't even know this.
I was thinking the same thing.
She's a Draymond Green for doing dumb stuff. And I did listen to one of the radio stations.
Heavily.
Pat, yeah. Well, Pat, don't give me stuff. Pat. I heard on a radio station they had the GM of the Sky, and he said, that's unacceptable. we want to play hard, we want to play fast, we want to play, you know, our style of basketball. There's no room for this type of action. She was addressed. The whole team was addressed. You know, obviously, you know, if she's over there and she says she does that kind of thing and then goes to the press conference and says, I'm not going to answer any questions about Caitlin Clark. Why? You initiated this whole thing. You started this whole thing. And now you don't want to talk about it?
And then she goes after the fact. Yeah.
Yeah. She goes on Twitter a couple hours later and saying, well, who is she? She can only shoot the three. Obviously, you do not follow her game. Not only can she shoot the three, she can pass the ball. She plays pretty good defense. And she's also a rookie.
She wasn't there. She wasn't present during that game they were playing.
I mean,
she was passing the hell out of that ball.
It's not just the sky. The entire WNBA has it out for Caitlin Clark. And
it's a rookie. It's a rookie. Like, pay your dues. I think that the veterans are saying you're not going to come in here and just dominate and like we're nobodies. You know, this isn't college where you know the talent isn't as great. Everybody on the WNBA teams have good players because there's so much less teams. There's less opportunities.
It's a little extra right now, in my opinion. Like I said, I mean,
she shouldn't be talking shit.
She has been talking. She's been talking multiple times.
She's opening her mouth like she's Larry Bird. You are a rookie. You are a rookie. Know your place. Do not talk until you talk to. Like Kevin Garnett said about rookies. They're seen and not heard. And I get that. She's a phenomenal player. But you're coming in as a rookie and you're coming in hot. Even her own player, her own teammates do not pick her up when she gets fouled.
Matt Barnes, he said it. You don't protect your most valuable asset, but you're letting her get punked on the court. But this goes for Reese too, because Reese got elbowed in midair and she got choke slammed to the floor.
Oh yeah, she hit her head. Yeah, that was an opener.
But you get what I'm saying? You want equality. Let's talk about equality a little bit. You want the equality. You want the men money. You want the men's way they play the game. Then you need to go out there and do what they normally do, right? So when Matt Barnes said you need to protect your asset, you see all these guys go and protect Jordan, or they go protect all these other players. Like who was it that he got into a fight?
Jordan was not protected until they drafted Charles Oakley.
Yeah, and down line.
I was the enforcer, and no one was allowed to touch Jordan after that because you had an enforcer. But the first 2-3 seasons, he was getting fouled hard by Detroit and Boston. You know, those teams did not. I mean, they were literally bar fights on the court. When you look at those highlights, it was no fouls. You know, guys are getting punched and hit in the nuts and clotheslined. That was the NBA back then. That's not what I'm saying it should be now, right? But we're saying equal calls all over the field, over the court. But at the same time, you're opening your mouth. You're trying to showboat. You're trying to show up the WNBA players that are playing now. They're going to take offense to that. They're going to take offense. Obviously, she's bringing a lot of eyes to the sport, right? There's 3 million people watching her now for the Fever game. That's 3 million people more than the whole season combined last year, right? They suck. She's on a bottom feeding team. Did they pick up some good players? Yes, but they're all rookies. They're not going to succeed. That's why they only have 2 wins. But again, she's over here chirping like she's still in college, like she's the top dog. Guess what? You're going to get knocked down every time you drive to the hole. You're going to catch an elbow on a screen. I'm going to give you an extra shoulder. It's going to happen because you've got to pay your dues as a rookie. Simple as that.
See, to me, I think it's the complete opposite. If y'all are good enough, shut her down. Give her 0 points. She's still out there scoring 20 points.
No, she scored 11 against us. She scored 11. That's it.
Against most teams this year, she's putting up about 20. And to me, it's one of those, she's still doing her thing. So she's going to be Larry Bird out there, and she's going to chirp because she's still scoring. And until you put 2 people on her and shut her down and basically say, like, no, we're not going to allow it. But to me, to do the extra, to throw elbows, to literally like be like an NHL hockey player trying to check her into a non-existent board. I mean, it's uncalled for. To me, like, when someone's chirping you, you go out there and put 30 on them. When someone's chirping, you go out there and shut them down. like Jordan and Pippen did to Kukoc in the Olympics. Man, you shut them down and make their life miserable. And that's how you win. You don't have to be dirty. You don't have to sit there and, do things that can potentially hurt them, end their career, and all this other stuff, cause an ACL tear, meniscus or shoulder or, whatever. Like to me, that
trying to hurt. I'm not saying trying to hurt it. I'm just saying the WNBA ladies are going to play hard.
Like again, to me, that's unnecessary. To me, like again, you go out there, you set the tone, and you just kill them on the scoreboard. And then in the press conference, you can sit there and say, "Hey, you know what? She can say whatever she wants. Go check the scoreboard. It's 100-60. Yeah, where was Caitlin Clark tonight? We put two people on her. She didn't do nothing.
She got blown out by New York by 40 points in last month. Yeah, and then
they're a really good team. I hear.
Yeah. New York is a very good team. A very good team.
I hear. I was secretly watching. But then let's talk about her turning into Le Flop. So Reese went ahead and how you do the arm and you just like check and move them out the way. Well, she did that. She elbowed her. No, she did not. You can clearly see like Caitlin Clark is starting to sell the flop. So are they going to start finding them for flopping? Because that's not called for either.
They'll make enough money to do that.
They don't have the flop rule. I don't think so in the WNBA.
Should implement it because she's doing it a lot now too. She knows.
She's turning into Luca. But anyway, my point being is, look, I don't talk about women's sports and I don't give my opinion because I sound like an asshole a little bit about it. I mean, if you want to make it more exciting, lower the rim. Honestly, you'll catch my attention. I want to see more dunks. But this whole thing where it's like not even her own teammates from the Fever want to pick her up, that sounds like petty. That sounds like petty girl drama in high school where, oh my God, Brittany and Becky didn't want to I liked him. And it's just like all these little high school drama. I think it's so dumb.
The NBA does it. The NBA goes and when somebody gets hurt on the floor, they all run to go beat up Draymond when he does something stupid, right? They all,
but still, that's camaraderie. That's your team. Kayla has to pick her ass up by herself. I would be like, you know what? I don't need you guys. I'm gonna go score 30 and do whatever I can and just pass me the ball.
But see, that brings it back to the salty grapes.
Yeah,
like no she has a contract with Nike. She's got a contract with like all these
Wilson,
just jealous. She's getting all the attention, and all these other females in the WNBA, they're just salty right now, and
I think that's their
emotions are getting the better of them.
I agree with JC on this one.
Like, oh boy.
But this is what I mean. This is why I don't talk about women's sports because there's so many variables, and I only talk about guys' sports because I don't want to. I could take the attack, but that's not where I'm going with this. I'm just saying
it's not an attack. It's more of they want the equality. They want the money. They want the revenue. They want everybody to focus on them and what they're doing. But if you want that, then you must produce the same way the guys are producing. You need to go out there and protect your teammate and do all the same crap. I do understand that. I don't mind talking to women's sports because some are actually really good. I do enjoy watching some of these games these days. I will probably say it.
I'm just saying, like, for an example, if she's bringing in the money for the WNBA, I get that aspect of it because she's like technically you could say the face, I would say, because she's getting the most viewership. Look at LeBron when he came in. Was everyone just watching LeBron play? Yes.
Yeah.
Was he getting his dues and trying to be something? Yeah. Was he taking fouls? Sure. But all the Cavs players ran up to him if he got a foul, picked him up. It's all about camaraderie and being a team. Doesn't matter what you're playing, but it just seems like everyone's just jealous. And then also, but LeBron, like Michael made it global and brought in more money into the whole NBA. And then you have Caitlin who's bringing this money in. You could still talk the talk and walk the walk like JC said, but still remember that you're getting these charter flights because people want to watch her. Well, make them want to watch you. Don't just you know.
Well, the team is trash.
Stadium shit.
First of all, her team is trash. Her team is trash.
But we were still watching it.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Angel Reese is a great player too, and she needs her dues as well. I mean, there, you know, this whole, yes, like Caitlin Clark was the quote unquote star, but I mean, the whole college, Angel Reese, the LSU team, you know, Caitlin going against them, this whole redemption story, like they beat Caitlin the year before, like there was a lot of drama to it as well, you know. So, like I said, I think there was, even though Caitlin is the face, there was a lot of stuff that led to that college, you know, sport being elevated, more eyes on it. You know what I mean? And there are more stars that came into this league just than Caitlin Clark. And I agree. Like, you know, Angel Reese needs her dues as well. I mean, she's a great player, but like I said, to me, there's just something about how you go about your business.
But Reese said it best a couple of weeks ago. She said it. She said that it's just basketball. You know, it's a basketball move. I've moved on. I'm good. You know, and that's how she left it. She wasn't crying about it. And I thought she was going to go to the media and start crying about it. She didn't. She actually
no. She's not that type of player. She's like, we beat
no
you.
Feelings. I like that.
She really does. Yeah, she really doesn't have like feelings when it comes to that. But I think there's a lot of things in here that are being combined. One, Caitlin Clark has come in and pay her dues as being a rookie, right? Yes, she is good. But if you notice, if you watch any WNBA games, they do. If the point guard's dribbling up, she's not passing it to Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has to take the ball up herself for her to run the offense and shoot. And she's willing to pass, but her teammates are not looking for her. So and then they're not picking her up. So there's a disconnect on that team, right? Whether it's the jealousy that she's making way more money, and at this point you can't even falter because of the NIL. A lot of these college players have already made millions before they make their $75,000, which is the salary for a WNBA player. So they're jealous. Yeah, they're butthurt because the rules changed after they came in, right? I played college for 4 years, and then I get out to the WNBA, and in 3 years I made $225,000, and she made that in a week playing college ball. So yeah,
whose fault is that? That's the coach. That's the coach's fault.
No, that's called life. For an example, all three of you probably make more money than I do, and I could laugh about it and get jealous. But the only way I can make more is if I go and do more, do better. I don't.
Be a better person. Yes, elevate your game.
But I want to go back to Jose because it sounds like, and I'm saying it's the coach's fault, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it sounds like the coach for the Fever or whatever. It sounds like she's encouraging this bull. It sounds like she's encouraging it. You're not saying you bring that ball up. You make sure when Caitlin cuts through, you feed her that ball. She's not encouraging. She's encouraging the bull and the toxic that's going on possibly in that locker room, causing these girls. I bet you the next game when she gets pushed to the floor, they're all gonna run over there and go pick her up now, right? Because the media noticed. Because we noticed.
Well, she's been getting her ass kicked, Caitlin Clark, especially against the New York Liberty, because I watched 2 of those games, and she's taking some hard picks, like clean hard picks, and she's falling down, and she's like, "Can I get a call?" And they're like, "Nope, it's a clean pick," but she's getting hard picks. It's part of the game. It's going to happen. Now, do they make an effort to set a hard pick? Yeah, of course. That's going to happen. But again, her making money and her paying her dues on the court, I think are two separate things.
Yeah.
Because she's already made her millions before she even got to the WNBA, making more money than most of those players are already making. So you can't falter for that. Is she bringing more eyes and more money to the WNBA? Yes, she is, and that whole rookie class is, because it's a star-studded rookie class. Yeah. Just like Steven said, bringing eyes is going to bring money, which is going to elevate the WNBA. Is it going to trickle down to the players right away? No. By bringing these eyes to the sport, it gets put on national TV. It goes on ESPN or channels ABC7, where you get to watch it, and so forth. Bringing eyes to the sport brings more money because you have more revenue from the ads. Then you have TV contracts, right? Now they'll be exclusive or whatever. That's how you grow the game, by having great players have great games and great product. That's how you grow the sport. It's only, what is it? It's 20. It's going to be 30 minus 3, 27 years. 27-year-old league. Where was the NBA at 27? No one was watching it.
Oh, I was. Yeah. Time traveler.
Right.
I saw a ball go into like an actual wooden basket. Okay.
A peach basket.
Yeah.
Naismith.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, the problem to me, I still look at it as these 4 to 6 year veterans in the WNBA. They just see this girl. She's done nothing in this league. She has a $20 million, and I don't know if it's actually $20 million. I'm just using it as an example. She has a $20 million contract with Nike. She has a $10 million contract with this, 10 million over here, 10 million over there. And who is she? And again, I think it's just salty grapes, and they don't know how to deal with their feelings that, hey, you know what? Why don't I have?
You are opening up Pandora's box.
Where is mine?
I will say no. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking.
Even her own teammates. It's like I said. I think it's a matter of we've been here. We've been doing this. We've sacrificed X amount. We're making $200,000 a year. Who is this girl that just shows up and is worth $100 million already and hasn't proven anything in a league that we've been struggling in for 4 or 5 years now?
Go ahead. I'm just saying, like, okay, Magic was probably getting more commercials than Larry Bird, or vice versa. They probably did equally, but now you see a lot of LeBron commercials and you don't see any other players. You don't see Blake Griffin anymore. You see Carmelo Anthony and
Steph Curry's all over
Serge,
Draymond Green.
And you'll see these guys. But what about the other players? Like, they don't go out and chirp and say, how come I'm not getting this TV ad, or like I'm not getting this?
Hold on. It's because it's only her that appears to be showing up in these commercials. Nobody else is really showing up in these commercials. Nobody else is getting these endorsements. That's
Candace
the issue.
Parker, maybe I saw some commercials back in the day, but like I can't tell you any time I've ever seen a WNBA commercial ever.
Well,
that's the problem.
Like I said, like I remember Anthony Hardaway commercials. I remember Michael Jordan's commercials. Little Penny. You know what I mean? Like, and like I said, there's local advertising money that, these players, I can't tell you like how many times I hear Bears players advertising for some car dealership or,
I see Zach LaVine commercials over
Kobe
here.
White,
but like I said,
right. Or New Balance.
When have I ever heard a WNBA player for anything? Never.
Her face is everywhere, bro. It's like Jesus for WNBA.
Jose, you know what it's everywhere. Like. You know what we're talking about here, because you would see all the cool kids at the cool table and you would be like, I want to be part of it. But then you get a little salty and then you'd be better at everyone else. And then that would make them not like you even more. So,
that's if you're a jealous person. Like, who wouldn't want to be a part of the cool crowd?
I'm definitely projecting. That definitely was my childhood. I would sit and watch. I would read comic books in the corner and eat my Uncrustable sandwich with my Capri Sun. And a note from my mom saying, "You're my special boy." But I'm just saying. Hey, I didn't have to wear the helmet, Jose. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, but no, honestly, I just think overall in general, it's both parties. No matter what you spin it as, in my eyes, there's always going to be, it could be this, it could be that.
They're catty, dude.
But we can make a t-shirt that says WNBA.
Yeah. Let's just top it up to they're just being catty. And right now, instead of enjoying the moment where she's generating revenue, she's putting asses in the seats that other stadiums are not even doing. They're hating on the wrong damn person. She's actually producing and giving them something to look forward to down the line that's going to say, we want to watch this game. I didn't purchase the WNBA League Pass, but I do tune in when it's for free on the damn ESPNs and so forth.
I mean,
and I did watch it last night. You know, I'm not gonna. I'll admit it. I watched it, and I wanted to see what they did to her.
So I'll take the best player, and I was watching this other guy who's bets on the female, and they bet the under every time on threes and in points, and he's been killing.
That's fine. But it's still generating revenue.
No,
still
and bets.
Make sure she does it. It's still generating revenue.
Watching. Yeah, exactly that. Again,
no, I just put the bets in.
It's 20, what? It's under 30 years old. Okay, guys.
Yeah,
hey, man. Go up into the 80s. That's what it's
excited. I'm excited to watch my squad, Sky. I'm not really proud of that one hip check moment. But but the whole bench got up like, yeah, because they were all like, get her, you know, because they already knew it felt like Bounty Gate all over again because they hip checked the hell out of her and they made sure she went to the floor like, you know who you are. And it happens a lot.
It was a dead ball foul. It was it should have been put in a flagrant, but they called it a common foul. They shot one free throw. What did they lose by?
One free throw.
1 point. Right. So that dumb play, which gave them a free throw and the ball, cost them the game. So I am not condoning the way she conducted herself on a unnecessary dirty play, because it's a dirty play, because you could have really hurt her, and that's not what we were looking for in the league. Because Caitlin is going to be great for the league. Kennedy Carter's dumb move. So should she be fined? Yes. So she should be suspended. I actually do think she should have been suspended for a game or two, because you could have really
pay.
No, you can't do that.
They don't get paid nothing, brother.
They get more money than I do, and I'm not hating.
This is when Latrell Sprewell's line, you're not paying me enough money to feed my kids. Remember Latrell Sprewell from Minnesota when they gave him all that money, and then that's not enough money to feed my kids? Brother, you was getting meals. Ain't nobody want to hear.
I don't know what you're feeding your kids.
All right, let's take a quick break here, and then we'll come back with some Bear stuff. So
I can't stand this kid.
We'll be right back.
Hey, true Chicago sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15.
For 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
What up? It's Martin Moreno, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast.
Welcome back to the True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast with Big Z. We got No Sweat Surge, JC, Dynasty Fantasy Football, and Stevie-B in the house.
Martin!
And, thank you, Martin. That's right. So it is time to go into some Bear stuff. And if you know we're talking Bears, we're talking 3 up and 3 down.
I think I'll perplex.
Oh, 3
Not
down.
that one.
All right, boys. I gotta play this sound because if you are a football enthusiast, and I'm gonna play it for a little bit because I don't get blocked on YouTube. The voice of God, the Chicago Bears will be on Hard Knocks. I love the show Hard Knocks, boys. Do you like the show?
No.
You don't like the show? Why do you not like the show?
I can't stand it. I don't watch it. Don't pay attention to it. When I think I watched it some years ago, I didn't like it. It just felt like a whole bunch of distractions. I feel like it's going to be a distraction for us, for our rookies. They're focused on the camera, what they can do for that camera, opposed to getting ready for the season. I wish they would have done this 2 years ago if they were going to do this crap. on Fields' time, but not during when we have a rookie that, and I know you guys are going to correct me on this, but like during his first OTA, he throws 7 picks, or if that is actually true, I don't know, but this is what I heard. So I mean, we need to concentrate on winning some games this season. I don't care about no damn Hard Knocks crap. You can give that to the Packers or somebody else. I don't give a
Oh God, no one wants to watch
the
Packers.
Giants, but because they're the last team.
I think they did have it 1 year, right? The Giants.
Yeah, New York's had it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
JC, what do we think about this Hard Knocks for the Bears?
Like, is it wrong of me that like I prefer watching like the behind the scenes of like the front office than I do?
I was going to say management.
Like, I prefer.
I love that part.
Like, I love the draft process. I love seeing the war room. Like I want to see the scouting kind of stuff. Like, that's the stuff
the time they wake up in the morning, go hit the gym, they get their breakfast.
No, I'm just saying like how they scout a guy, like what they're looking for. Like, you know, like I like that kind of like the team building aspect. Like, yeah, I mean, like, okay, like I haven't watched every Hard Knocks, but I've watched like the Cowboys when they drafted Micah Parsons. I think I watched the LA Rams one year, and like they followed like some kid with the LA Rams that was like a cornerback that most likely wouldn't make the team, but he was a funny guy and everyone liked him in the locker room and whatever. And
that's what we keep to be right.
That's me.
But to me, like I love the videos right now of like where, you know, like they've been releasing the stuff with polls, like they're sitting there on the clock, like sitting there like, is Rome gonna fall to us? You know, what's going on? Who's Atlanta taking? Like that's the kind of stuff I love. I love the actual behind the scenes stuff. Like, to me, like Hard Knocks is not behind the scenes. Like, it's almost like a Kardashians where it's like, we're giving you behind the scenes, but it's scripted. And to me, like, I hate that. Like, that's not what I want. Like,
He's right.
I agree with you, JC. I do think like it does give you that reality TV feel. It does, because that's what hooks you. And then we got some comments, and I'll get to you guys in a second. But it really does hook you, and it does focus on a certain player that gets you to get into your feelings. Like, oh man, I'm really pulling for that guy. He's a funny guy, or he has a really deep story, and you know you want to let's make it. You know, that's what they're trying to get you, right? That's what they're trying to get. I agree with you. I like the war room. I like the drafting process. I'm like, all right, after practice, you know, the coaches go into the room. All right, how did Billy do today? You know what? Billy actually sucked. You know, cut him tomorrow morning. You know, pick up the playbook. You know, that kind of stuff. Yes, I do enjoy that more. But if we've grown, and I'm saying we because we're older here. We've grown up in the we went through the whole reality TV process in the late 90s and all of the 2000s, early 2000s, that big boom of that. We're used to that, and we're kind of sick of it. But at the same time, it's finally happening for the Bears. The Bears got the trifecta. They got the extra game, the Hall of Fame game. They got the traveling game, I believe it's in London, and they got Hard Knocks. The three things they did not want to happen or have done to them, they got all three this year. They're going to get maximum exposure. Now, to what Serge is saying about I don't like it, this and that. Dude, the Bears PR film everything, and then they decide what to release. It's on Instagram. It's on their website. The day with polls, with
Kevin
polls.
Warner.
Kevin Warren. Yeah, they're already giving you that reality behind the scenes. They're already doing that. So again, it's just in a bigger platform, and I really don't.
What they're doing is that as they're doing that, they already know they're going to be on that bigger platform. So I'm going to put on, you know, I'm going to act out, or I'm going to do something stupid or whatever. It's like, it doesn't make any sense for me to do that this year for us. I mean, I get what you're saying because it does put us on bigger eyes, but it puts us under a microscope and puts Caleb Williams under a lot more pressure because you're on this show. why don't we just let him play his first season and then we'll put him on a show next season? You get what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not trying to.
I agree with that. I
want this kid to win, be successful this year without saying, well, I had to worry about what to paint my nails, for the fucking show, or what to wear, or whatever. I don't care. I don't care for the show as far as my guys go. You want to go back to the Jets, go do the Jets. But right now, for his first season, let this guy do what he does. But I was going to say that you guys remind me of when you're watching the players. Was the Adam Sandler movie was Hustle, where he scouted the players. He was watching the films and so forth and so forth. So I do like that aspect of it. But right now, let this kid just play and focus on what the playbooks, getting his people down instead of having to worry about cameras and the big show, what's going to be on TV. That's all I got. I don't like it.
Well, just to hop in right quick, didn't they announce they were going to do a Hard Knocks where they followed for the draft process? Because we originally thought wasn't it the Jets, or they announced something a couple weeks ago.
It was
they
Giants.
Okay, it was someone where they were going to follow a team, I thought, through the draft process of the off season. So again, maybe that's the show I'm looking for with the Giants that they're talking about.
Mhm.
Because like I said, they're supposed to follow them through the off season. And to me, that's more what I want to see. I want to see the off season process of the head office, the front office, hey, here's our free agent list. How are we going to attack this? We want this guy in free agency, this guy, or, how are we spending the salary cap, or how can we restructure contracts to get,
Yeah, but you're talking to the younger generation who has the attention spans of a gnat. Because let me tell you something.
I don't care about the younger generation.
but they're the ones controlling the narrative.
Well,
They're
that
the ones
sucks.
controlling the narrative. We're not controlling that narrative anymore. That's why the NBA is all jacked up, because they want to score 200 points a game. The NFL is the same way. I would like to see all that too, the behind the scenes, but that's not what the narrative is saying from the younger generation. They control it.
Well, it's a bunch of old heads above, so I don't know where that idea is. Where that they're gonna go. Go ahead, JC. Sorry.
I love the stuff at the combine, where hey man, give us a peek of the interviews or that stuff. And I know hey, we can't show you all the questions we're about to ask because some of them might be a little crazy and offensive, because we always hear about yeah, they asked me some crazy question about whatever. But again, it's the we always hear about oh, this guy fell in the draft because of medicals, and then we as a fan, we're well, what were the medicals, and I understand HIPAA, we can't but at the same time, it's one of those where it's I'm always
you want to know for your fantasy football league. That's why you want to know the medical records.
Hey, listen, Dynasty League, I will do whatever I have to do
to get a leg up, baby. Yeah, get that leg up. But JC said JC is hitting all the points of what the older generation wants to see. We want to know, why did you think that way? Why did you pick this guy? What did you see that wanted you to go out there and go hunt this guy down? But the younger generation were we want to see points. We want to see some drama.
And I hear that.
Action.
I hear that. And for me, I will agree with you. I think Hard Knocks is a distraction. Don't get me wrong. I do think that. But I will say this.
Anyways, all day.
I know. And that's what I'm saying. I agree with you with the PR team and stuff like that. And I get it. I feel like it is a distraction. But at the same time, I'm excited to see it. But then again, I need a connection with that story. For example, last season with the Dolphins coach, he talked about him being an alcoholic and abusing things. And that's not something I connect to, but it's a relatable connection story where, it's just, you can relatable to.
Drama.
And it's just he's a heartfelt person.
Drama.
But no,
there is no adobo in any of that. There's no seasoning in any of that story. I don't care. I don't care. I just want to know what product you are putting on my damn field. I want to know what made you come to the decisions that you are to bring these people into here. I don't care about you being an alcoholic. Who cares? Say that for 2020 episode.
But no, you know what you sound like, Serge? and we'll go to what you're watching, but you sound like a lot of fans that are not satisfied with a movie that comes out and then you paid for it and then you're pissed about it. It's like, you know what you're getting. It's sorry that it sucks. Then watch it at home on your couch.
I'm going to be honest with you. I actually do a lot of researching before I go watch movies, unless I go with somebody else and then they're the ones who pick the movie. Then that comes.
You called me to have me explain to you how Oppenheimer worked and how the bomb worked. I had to explain that to you in full digress because I had to, I had to talk to you about how it actually works and the chemical reaction depending on the chemicals of different like scenarios and how it's actually built. But you know,
brother call me.
I'm just saying.
Did you call? Oh, I'm about to say you ain't never called me to explain no Oppenheimer because that movie was a shit. That movie was good, and like I just said, you know, Hustle was good. Bad Boys. I could wait till that shit comes out on Hulu. I am not gonna pay for Bad Boys unless somebody's gonna treat me because I am not paying to see that garbage. Sorry, Bad Boys 4 is not life. I'm good. I know what I'm gonna get into. What I'm trying to say is that I know how people start reacting when they see cameras and so forth. But all I want to know is what consensus did you come to bring this guy onto our team? I'm with JC on this. I want that. I don't give a crap about, you know, Caleb Williams saying, "Oh, I'm gonna wear pink or black or whatever for my nails." I don't care. I don't give a crap. I want to know what you're putting on our field and why did you put that on our field?
I will ask this: do you guys watch Wrexham on FX?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I do.
So now JC, I could see why I like it, and I could see why JC likes it because you have Ryan Reynolds and why am I
the other guy?
I know Rob no, I'm thinking Rob McAfee. Yes, there you go. Yes. And you like it because they talk to the staff, they hire within they're actual generally nice, great guys. They take care of the staff, especially people who've been volunteering for so long. You see the players that they go out and get, they spend money. And that's what JC is just saying that he likes. So that's why when he says, welcome to Wrexham or like that kind of stuff, that's all it is. Plus, I like the bromance between both of them. I think it's pretty cool. I'm a Ryan Reynolds fan and a Always Sunny fan.
I like Ryan Reynolds.
Like I go back to like when I watched the LA Rams Hard Knocks. Like Cooper Kupp was coming off an injury. Matt Stafford had just been traded to the team, like all this stuff. And it's like, there was no coverage of those guys. Yeah. I mean, like they didn't talk about Kupp coming back from injury at all. They didn't show Stafford at all. Like I said, it was like I think they did cover Aaron Donald a little bit, but it was just like, again, it was just like, I don't know, like
smoke and mirrors.
The things you want to see, they don't show you. And then what they do show you, it's like care like about what you're showing me. So, you know, again, I think I want to see what they do with the Giants one, like where like they're covering the whole off season. Because like I said, I mean, to me, that's the more interesting thing of like, again, like what homework did we do on Caleb? What convinced the Bears that Caleb was the guy? You know, what convinced the Bears, you know, because, you know, there's the report that Rome Odunze was the number 2 player on their board. Oh, like over Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, how did you come to that conclusion?
Right.
Or how did
I mean, it makes sense now, honestly, if you've heard the news, but you know,
I mean,
but, he said, but to have it recorded and their minds working before we got to this point of today would have been freaking
and that's great. Yeah.
But right now, I don't, like I said, it's a distraction. I don't like it. I don't care for it. I wish they would have waited till next season.
Yeah, I mean,
but we
like
are
said,
on
for the players. It's definitely a distraction. You know, I know like the Bears have their own PR team, but I mean, that's what 2 or 3 people. Like it's a small team. You know, maybe 7 people.
I want that job.
Where Hard Knocks, I mean, they're bringing in trucks and trailers and full film crews. And I mean, setting up, you know, cameras in all the meeting rooms and, you know, where you're used to, you know, maybe letting, you know, a fart go in the meeting room, you know, now it's on camera and, you know, it's so like I said, there's little things.
No
like
privacy.
That. Yeah. So like, I understand that from an aspect of why Bears don't want it. But again, to me, like, I'm way more interested. Like I said, I'm way more interested in the draft process. Basically from the Senior Bowl to the combine interviews to how a team puts a board together, scouting team. Like that's what I'm looking for. Like I kind of want that insight, more than like, oh, this player's, a funny guy and he's trying to make the roster. So
we're wearing matching shoes today. Yay!
Yeah. Well, again, JC, like you are in the bare minimum demographic that they're going to trying to get to. You nerd out when it comes to football.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the nerd.
I appreciate that. Right. I definitely appreciate that. And that, yeah. But when it comes to mainstream media, they need some kind of drama. Oh, is this guy going to make the team?
And that's the younger people who are controlling that narrative.
Pregnant again.
Eberflus have a secret life,
Can we talk about how Eberflus is dressing better? Like, did he put that on Hard Knocks? Did he get a personal,
he got the Kardashian.
I think he got a dress. I really think that they knew that the Bears knew probably 8 months ago that they were going to be on Hard Knocks and couldn't say anything because of NDAs and whatever. That's why I think he got glowed up. He got the hairstyle and all that stuff. I'm telling you right now.
Whole family new shoes and everything. Did you see that? Have the whole
new
family
cars, new house, new dog.
A different mother.
I don't think they knew, but it was a foregone conclusion that it's us. It was the Giant, or it was us,
Giants,
Saints, and one other team.
There was only 3 teams, and we've declined every year. So, yeah, essentially, it was gonna have to be us eventually one year.
Yes.
They said yes to the test.
You motherfuckers don't have to say yes one of these years.
I'm not asking no more. I'm taking.
We're just gonna tell y'all, look, you're just doing it.
Yeah,
You've been nice.
He says you're getting the extra game for the NFL Hall of Fame game. You're going to London, and you're getting Hard Knocks. So how about that?
It's good publicity. Don't get it twisted. It's good. It's great publicity. It's just not my flavor. I want to see Caleb Williams get comfortable doing what he needs to do without all these lights, camera, action scenarios going on around him. All you need to do is,
and we'll see.
But it's already here. It's gonna happen.
Caleb will not get featured much in Hard Knocks.
I hope
because again, like I said, and I don't know if it was because Cooper Kupp was coming off of an injury, maybe they couldn't show him very much, or it may be a part of the show that, hey, guys that are rehabbing are off limits.
Yeah,
but he's the Caitlin Clark of this of this team right now, right? He's the one that's going to be generating the revenue, right? He's our quarterback. He's the one that's everybody's coming to basically see is him. Yeah. I apologize. I'm using her because we were just talking about that.
The year Micah Parsons got drafted. I mean, they covered Micah Parsons like crazy. Now, granted, Micah Parsons was, a man amongst men, balling out in practice. So, of course they were going to, point him out and, say hey, dude, this guy is next level. But like I said, I mean, it'll be interesting, but like I said, I mean, it's not necessarily I've never really cared for Hard Knocks in the aspect of the show the way it is. Like I said, Wrexham to me is interesting because they talk about the town. They show
that's
people.
What you like though.
There's more of a backstory. Whereas Hard Knocks is this episode on Hard Knocks, we're gonna show you Caleb Williams throwing the ball in the dirt. All right,
it's a hard not life for us.
But he seems very humble when you see him, right? He doesn't look like he wants to be in the camera all the time.
He was at the Old Crow this weekend, and everybody was chanting the Packers suck, and he was all about it. He's in the videos, just
you didn't see me.
That was not you.
No, I started it when I was at Wrigley on Sunday. It was great. It was a good time.
You had one too many hot dogs at Wrigley, sir.
He had no water on the weekend.
I didn't do it. Fine. But I was there. Unfortunately, I didn't know he was there. No, it would have been great if I knew he was there. We could have been best friends.
But
Probably not.
he doesn't like if the camera comes on him, he's not gonna be an asshole about it. He's gonna stun out.
Yeah,
but
no,
he doesn't go looking for the camera. He doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear that he wants to be on the camera.
Yeah, on Sunday he showed up
he's
for
very low
DJ
key,
Moore's.
but he's definitely enjoying it right now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think he's a humble person, possibly. I don't know. I'm just going with what I noticed.
Yeah, we'll see it. All right, boys. Let's close the show with what you watching that isn't sports. Stevie-B.
All right. I'm rewatching Deadpool stuff. Just because the movie's coming out next month. I got my tickets. Yep. I'm taking Sean with me because he begged and pleaded for me to go, for him to come with me to go see it, because I usually go at 3:00, see the first show, and then I go see it with them afterwards, pretending I didn't even see it.
Fuck me and JC then.
No, we go see it. I'll pretend again like I didn't see it at 3:00. So
why can't we go to that show?
Well, you can only buy 2 tickets. I swear. I promise. I tried to buy more tickets for that same showing at Rosemont because the Regal and the AMC at Old Town or New City wasn't even showing it. I swear.
Golf Mill Theater, baby. That's where it's at.
Where?
Golf Mill.
Golf Mill Theater.
Oh, well,
nobody goes there.
Yeah, nobody goes there. And pretty much I'm watching Smiley Friends. It's a dumb show on HBO Max. It's a cartoon. It's funny to me. I don't think you guys would like it. I'm not saying you guys don't like things, but it's a dumb comedy that suits me, I guess. Sean tried watching it, and Sean and me are like kind of similar, but he didn't like it. So, but yeah, Smiley Friends and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it. And MLB The Show, because I'm playing that on PS5. My batting average is 315. Trying to make it to the big leagues right now. So
still,
hey man, it's a long season in AAA. Okay,
whatever.
I got 22 home runs.
I'll give you my screenshot because I started playing this weekend, but I'll send you the screenshot.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Serge, what are you watching that's not sports?
I am not watching anything, but I will tell you what I'll be watching. I think I'm going to try to watch Mary Kingston season 3. It took him 2 years to make because Jeremy Renner was ran over by his own tractor trying to save somebody else, but it was his own tractor and he tried to stop it and so forth. So he's been injured for like a year or two trying to recover, and they wouldn't produce it without him, which I think is awesome. But
he got greenlit for season 2 of
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the guy is a great actor. So
yes, he is.
Mary Kingston, you definitely need to. I don't know if that's your cup of tea, JC. But it's
I started watching it and
not your cup of tea.
I won't say it wasn't my cup of tea, but I need to give it another chance. Because I definitely like Tulsa King. I liked, I love Yellowstone. So anything by Taylor Sheridan I've liked. Yeah. It's just with that particular show, I don't know if it just because it deals with jails and whatever. Like I gave it like 2 episodes, and
that first episode of Mary Kingston threw me for a loop. I was like, oh no, you already did that? Come on, man. So it does get kind of sappy, but it actually keeps up with its storyline, and it is actually pretty good. I'm okay with it. That's what I will be watching. What I've been watching, I hate to say before I go to bed, is Bob's Burgers. Stupid ass cartoon.
It's funny. Bob's Burgers is pretty funny. It's a legit cartoon, man. Good anime series. JC, what are you watching that's not sports?
I watched a show called Tires with a bunch of comedians, Shane Gillis, Stravos, and who's Andrew Schultz is in there as well. So it's a 6-episode season where basically it just follows like a bunch of people that worked in a tire shop, which hey, I worked in a tire shop for 4 years. So I kind of get that, tire shop, whatever, humor, or just I can relate a little bit. But I thought it was a pretty good show. I thought it was one of the better comedies I've seen recently. Just not that it was like over the top funny, everything is hilarious, but it's one of those, like, some of the jokes were like, okay, we're going there. Like, it wasn't like PC. It was kind of like, all right, some of the jokes are going to go there. All right. So again, I liked it. I thought it was a pretty funny show. And then the other thing I watched was The Fall Guy, which was with
Ryan Gosling,
with Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling. Watch that.
Ricky Stenicki on AMC is out. Not AMC. Amazon Prime.
That's
Ricky
a funny
Stenicki.
movie. Very
It's
funny.
hilarious.
I watched that like a month ago. Yeah.
I just saw it this weekend. Sorry.
That was another comedy I thought was pretty good.
Yeah. So I did watch the first episode today of Mayor Kingstown right before we started the show. Phenomenal first episode. I'm gonna have to rewatch the ending of season 2 because I think I missed out a lot of details, and I'll rewatch it.
It's 2 years. I mean, we're talking about 2 years ago almost, right?
Yeah, that's probably why I forgot. Like, I totally forgot about. I don't want to put no spoilers out there, but it's a really good show. I did that, and let's see, I caught up on The Shy. Caught up with that. The kids watch it at the school, so I need something to relate to with the students. So
Marvel's pretty good.
The what?
Marvel.
The Marvel?
No, anything Marvel, pretty much.
Yeah, but,
it's relatable.
So. I try to watch at least 1 or 2 shows that the kids are watching so we can talk about stuff. So The Shy is what I caught up on, and then Mayor Kingstown with the new episode. And this weekend, I think I stayed home on Friday night, and I fired up the PS3 and created my own player. And let's just say I made it to the MLB within 1 year, sir.
Okay, first of all, I'm playing each and every sim game. I'm not simming each game.
So did I.
First of all, I started off in AA, got my promotion to AAA, and all in one season.
Yeah,
wait a minute, you guys are talking about a flipping video game?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm playing the new MLB The Show for 2024, and I'm creating my player here. And
so in one night, I played I don't. Oh, you're saying you play every individual game? That's what you're saying.
Yes. I'm playing each inning, and I'm fielding each one.
That's 162 games. How long does a game last for you? It's like 25, 35 minutes?
If anything, 20 minutes, because I do outfielding, and then I also do some batting, and I'm get 3 for 4, 4 for 4, 2 for 4. Or I was in a slump, and I was 0 for 3 for 2 games. But I am first in Iowa Cubs. So first of all, so you know what? I've had this whole week and this weekend to myself, and I've been playing 8 hours to maybe
I could tell
10 hours. As you've been seeing the last couple of weeks, no one's been passing me by. Someone's visiting their parents, so I've been nonstop just playing games every day and having a couple drinks and just
simulate
relaxing.
the game, Steve.
No, I'm not going to simulate because this is my career right here, Serge. This is my career. I didn't make it in the MLB, but this is the closest I'm going to get.
I got that real contract.
Oh boy! On that note,
I like Steve. He's so funny.
Go Cubs, go, man! Let's just win this bet, guys, and make Jose. You know what? I hope tomorrow the Cubs win. I swear.
This is my career.
Serge is being such an ass.
I love it. I'm sorry.
It is my career because this is my second life. Okay,
I have no.
This is my second life.
Patience for those games. I have no patience. None.
You don't have time for those games anyway.
You know what? I'll give you that too. I'll give you that. But once I sit there, my kids will give me the grenades, the guns, everything, and they wind up stabbing me to death. And what is it called?
Wait, what's your username so I could do that too?
Bro, I'm like, how do I have all the good stuff and you guys are just stab? Like they kill me, we stab, and I literally have the guns. I don't know how to play that shit.
It's a generational thing where you know it only accommodates to a certain group age. You know, like we're talking about Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I was about to say that's why you like Hard Knocks. Yeah. It's a generational thing.
And we have our generational player, but go ahead. Sorry.
Time to wrap it up. We're out of time.
Hold on. I want to say, 24th birthday to Xavier, my second oldest child. So
happy birthday, Xavier.
24th.
There you go, 24. Let's take some shots.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get.
I think we're at 2 hours. Feels like it.
No, we got 30 more minutes, Papa. Oh no, we did do 2 hours.
No, we did an hour and a half. We did our 90 minutes. We're at our threshold here. Thank you to our sponsors, 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and Great Clothing Company. Don't forget to go to greatclothingco.com and get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 at the checkout for 15% off your entire order. That is TrueFan15. Get your shirts now. Check out the rest of the shows on the 606 Media lineup. We got No Water on the Weekend with Stevie-B and Sean Daly. Probably like every Tuesday afternoon.
No, new episode is out now. It's No Sass in the Swamp Ass for this week. It's a good, fun episode. It all ties in together. I found a lot of clips on TikTok that we talk about, and you'll enjoy it.
Amazing. That's awesome. We also have Intoxicated with Big Z, and I'm literally still recording some interviews. So I have 2 interviews next week and an interview after that. So I'm looking at pushing back my release date back to probably July 1st, because that way I'll have like 4 or 5 episodes for everybody to check out. So catch up now. There's 5 episodes now in Intoxicated with Big Z. You can catch it on YouTube or Spotify or iTunes. You can catch it on pretty much everywhere. So give us a follow, a like, and a comment to both of those shows. Check us out on social media. You can find us at TCSF Pod on Twitter. You can find us at Big Z _606 Media Group.
No One on the Weekend. Weekend spelled WKND at the end.
No aguas. No,
not a Memorial Day weekend.
No llores. No aguas.
You can check out.
Oh my God.
We need aguas for my career.
Oh my God.
Or his Twitter. He's been drinking someone's Kool-Aid. Cut that man off. All right. For JC, Stevie-B, and No Sweat Surge, I am Big Z. We'll see you next time for episode 198. I put 196 here by accident. It's going to be 198 next episode. And until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.
Go Cubs, go, baby.